Let me ask you a question. Are you ready to break free of the chains that are your comfort zone? Are you ready to break free? Okay, because I'm going to tell you something. It's not always everyone else's fault. Sometimes we impose our own boundaries on ourselves. And that greatest boundary is the comfort zone. Now, of course, we're in the midst of a holiday. Tomorrow's a holiday. So I'm not going to go crazy hard with the editing. I just want to get straight and direct with the message. As those that vibrate higher, we have some really great potential that lies just within us. But sometimes it's just at the surface. But what we'll do sometimes is we'll pick comfort over exploring what could possibly be. With that being said, once again, as always, I get so wrapped up in this that I just forget all my manners. I am Minister Robinson. This is Church of Real Talk. And as always, I am so very excited that you are here. Make sure you stay till the end because we have some great announcements. We're doing some great things. And we're partnering with another platform to help those that vibrate higher realize their greatest dreams and desires. So you think we should get started? I think you think I should get started. Let's go. Let me ask you a question. Why do we stay in our comfort zone? No, really, why do we stay in our comfort zone? If you have a clue or idea, please put it in the comments. I would like to know your viewpoint on why we constantly stay in our comfort zones. Nothing remarkable ever happens inside of the comfort zone. This is what I found out in my life. Nothing whatsoever happens within our comfort zone. There is someone right now that is just right there at the breakthrough of something great. But what they soon find out is in order for them to bring this great thing to fruition, this great thing to life, they're going to have to put in some effort. They're going to have to do some work. They might have to sit up there and study and learn something new. It's kind of uncomfortable. And ego knows this. See, ego plays a huge part in keeping us in our comfort zone. Here's the deal. At the end of the day, even though I constantly say we have to treat ego like this bad puppy that needs to be constantly retrained, and that's the truth, okay? Ego really does play somewhat of a role where it thinks it's doing the right thing. See, ego doesn't want you to have stress. Ego doesn't want you to be anxious about anything. Ego wants you to go with what things are predictable to you, that are predictable to your life. There's no possible downside. But the problem with that is you never can find the upsides. Yes, sometimes if you venture out of your comfort zone, you will find that things go haywire, things go wrong. We've learned that many a time in our life. Things could have the potential to go completely sideways, bonkers, and chaotic. Ego seems to take a mental note of that. And whenever there is something inside of you that tells ego that, hey, listen, I need this individual to move outside of their comfort zone so that they can create this, or so they can make this, or so they can assist someone with this. So ego says, all right, I have no problem with that, but what do they need to do? Why are you talking to me? Well, this person is going to need to learn something. This person is going to have to do something different. This person is going to have to venture outside of what is predictable. Ego automatically says, no, oh no, we're not doing that. Will you look at this individual? They're so happy right now. Not a care in the world. But like I said, nothing moves forward in the comfort zone. Every once in a while, we have to lift up that bubble and just peer outside of the comfort zone. And it might seem treacherous. It might seem a little dangerous. It might seem a little scary. But that's the price that you have to pay to unleash the greatness that is within you. I constantly say that we all have a greatness inside of us. We all have a gift. This has been given to you by your higher power and or the universe. Knowing that you have a purpose is just one of those things. Understanding your purpose, understanding what you have been placed here to do. There have been so many trials, tribulations, and hoops that have actually built and made stronger this purpose within you. Okay, it could be a business idea, it could be a new creation, it could be a book, it could be a painting, it could be just about anything. But this has been cultivated within you. But there comes a time when your higher power or the universe will say you need to unleash this. Now is the time. And sometimes that can be scary. I admit it. It can be scary. I've gone through it myself. Okay? Starting Church of Real Talk is one of those things that was scary for me. I started a couple of YouTube channels and have never, ever seen the success that I have seen with Church of Real Talk. Now, to many of you, it might be small success, but like I said, I always celebrate the wins no matter what size. I have never had a YouTube channel that has reached this many subscribers. Never. And there were times in the very beginning that I actually had to leave my comfort zone. I had to keep pushing because your comfort zone constantly, even if you make it outside, your comfort zone constantly calls you back like, no, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is crazy. You don't have to do this. You can come back in here. You can get comfortable. You don't have to fight this fight. But when your higher power and or the universe is pushing you to do something great, the free will thing comes into play. It always does. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with free will. Okay, because you ultimately have to decide how you're going to proceed forward and if you're going to proceed forward. I was on a live earlier and I'm going to get into that because I'm combining forces with YouTube and TikTok. Okay, my main goal is to get the message as far reaching as humanly possible. That is what I need to do. So I have a couple things in play. Like I said, stay tuned to the end. You're going to love some of what are the things that are in the pipe that are coming through. So the universe, your higher power has a strange way. You've experienced this where you have had this great idea that you feel can change the world. And when you start to realize there's going to be a lot of work involved, when you start to realize that you're going to have to learn things you've never learned before, when you start to realize that this journey is going to be somewhat uncomfortable, you start giving yourself excuses as why not to move forward and get started. And this has happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to many of you. You put this on the back burner for so doggone long, and then one day you turn on the news or you're reading a newspaper or you hear a conversation where someone has actually taken the same exact concept, the same exact idea, and made it into a reality. Your higher power universe understands that you have free will. It understands that, however, if it needs something done, it's going to make sure it's done. So it just moves on to the next person that vibrates higher. And it starts giving them the breadcrumbs. And it starts coaxing them just like it did you. It's not like you're being left to the wayside. It's just that you decided with your free will that you weren't going to move forward. The universe needs this done. We're not here to question why it needs it done. It just needs it done. So what it does is it goes down the line. It finds others that vibrate higher. It gives them the breadcrumbs. It implants the seeds of, I need this done. You have the talents and the gifts to make this happen. What are you going to do? That's kind of a disheartening feeling when that happens. I know it's happened to me at least 3 times where I just didn't take action and someone else moved forward with what I thought was the greatest idea in my life. The greatest idea in my life. But since I decided to utilize my free will the wrong way, what actually happened was someone else got to pick up the mantle. There are so many stories I can tell you guys about where free will and wanting to stay in the comfort zone bubble has gone the wrong way. But since you vibrate higher, I want to tell you there are ways to get past it. I utilize a lot of these ways. In fact, I had to utilize a lot of these ways to continue forward with this channel. Remember, there was a time where I was the only subscriber. There was a time when I only had 10 subscribers. I think I was 4 videos in. You know, now we just crossed the 700 subscriber threshold. Again, a small win, but a nice damn win. You've got to keep pushing forward no matter how uncomfortable it seems. Teddy Roosevelt once said, okay, when you find yourself in hell, the only way to get through it is to keep going. Sometimes when we leave our comfort zone, it literally feels like we're in hell. And the only option, the only course of action we have is to keep going through it. Like I said, it's not always going to turn out right, but there's a bright side to that. You actually become more resilient. Do I need to mention Thomas Edison? Over 1,000 tries before he created the light bulb. What if he would have gave up? He just kept going. It had to be uncomfortable after try 100, but we have to learn to break through our uncomfort to be able to do things that are great, that are stupendous, that are epic. And with that being said, I think we should move forward. It's kind of uncomfortable because I really want to keep on talking, but we need to move forward. So we're going to move forward. And again, remember, stay to the end. We have some really great, stupendous announcements for you guys. All right? I think we should go right about now.
Are you ready to unlock your wealth and manifest your dreams? Join our 30-day Wealth Manifestation Challenge starting July 1st. To participate, first get your copy of Journey to Wealth, a 30-day manifestation masterclass at payhip.com/Church of Real Talk and use the coupon code manifestation for 50% off. Next, subscribe to our TikTok channel at Church of Real Talk at any tier level. Remember, the Chosen One tier includes the book for free. Then join our exclusive daily lives at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and weekly lives every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on TikTok. Don't miss this chance to transform your life and connect with a supportive community. Let's manifest abundance and success together. Visit payhip.com/Church of Real Talk and join today.
I know you are excited. I am excited. You know what is going on right now? We're actually in day 3, and I want you to be a part of it. But I'll get to that later. What I really want to do is continue this conversation about ego and staying in the comfort zone. See, the reality is we are going to have to train this bad puppy called ego for the rest of our lives, okay? Because it just keeps on getting in the way. It's just what ego does. It gets in the way. Because we need to realize, this is going to resonate with you, we're going to need to realize our fullest potential, especially with the task at hand, okay? We are chosen, we vibrate higher, we are star seeds. We need to go out there and be of assistance. We have to be at the top of our game. And playing it safe, always wanting to stay in comfort, does not help us to realize our full potential. Now, what are some of the ways that we can work on this? One of the ways is to practice self-reflection. Self-reflection is very important. It's kind of, you take stock of your day, you look at it, and you say, hey, listen, did I play it safe all day? Did I play it comfortably all day? Or did I step outside of my comfort zone? Be it work, your dealings with people, your dealings with relationships. Did you decide to play it safe, or did you decide to step outside of your comfort zone? I don't care if you're cooking, okay? Sometimes you have to leave the predictable alone. And this actually gives you a litmus to see how far you are progressing with your capability to step outside of what is predictable. Okay? Now, another way, and I actually love this idea because growing up, I was heavily into like spycraft movies and stuff like that. I love James Bond. I Spy, The Saint, all that stuff took a lot of my attention. And I used to read a lot of books, and one of those books was named Shibumi. And there was a part where the protagonist basically said, as a spy, the most dangerous thing that you could do is have a predictable pattern or a predictable routine. It helps the bad guys figure out how to get you. Okay? Now, here is the deal. Okay? It's the same thing with ego. Okay? It's the same thing with comfort zones. You have to switch stuff up a little bit. It actually builds the resilience so that you are not apt to always take the most comfortable way through a situation. You're going to take chances to make it work. Now, here's a couple of cool ideas that I actually think can actually work for you. If you live close enough to where you commute to for work, okay, have you ever thought about maybe just leaving a little bit early and walking to work, or using your bike or snatching your kid's bike and just riding to work, especially on nice warm days like today? You know, it's kind of a change up. It's something that makes you, just by the thought of it, feel uncomfortable. But it's something that's doable. Another thing that you can do, and this is really kind of cool, you know, at lunch or whatever you do for lunch, instead of running for fast food or, you know, all those heavy calorie-laden dishes that you usually eat for lunch because you think deep down inside you need the energy to get through the rest of the day, and plus it's comfortable, it's what you're used to, why not get a smoothie or get some fruit or get some vegetables or get a salad and let that sustain you? It's kind of cool. It is really kind of cool. You know, when you're cooking, trying a new spice, you know what I'm saying? Not playing it safe. A spice that you've never used that might actually work with this dish. Now, with all of these things can go wrong. I'm not going to lie to you. Anything that causes you to step outside of your comfort zone has the capability to go wrong, to go completely sideways. But it makes you more resilient, and the things that I just mentioned actually allow for a fringe benefit of doing something healthy. Another thing that you can do, and many of us did the same exact thing during that time period where we were locked in and cooped up in the house, when that itself was uncomfortable. However, many people took uncomfort to a whole new level and they decided to learn something new. Some people, that learning something new is probably one of the most intensely uncomfortable things because there's so many unpredictable factors that are involved. You might fail. You might not be able to ingest this information. You know, you could just suck at this. You might just squeak by. But look at the other side of the coin. You might actually do great. You know, there were people during that time period we were locked in that learned new languages, that finished out degrees, that actually started courses in college and online colleges to make themselves stronger and more resilient. And how do you think those people felt after stepping outside of their comfort zone and accomplishing this? Don't you think that they felt greater within themselves? Don't you think they inspired other people? With that being said, I think it's only fair, because I don't want to keep you guys too long, it's only fair that I talk about these announcements. One of those announcements was actually in the break clip. The 30-day wealth manifestation journey that we're actually running on TikTok. Again, short form over on TikTok, long form over here on YouTube. I'm not leaving anybody out. And hopefully you guys will go both ways to see both things. You know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a community, and a community of positive individuals, of like-minded individuals, people that's tuned into the same frequency on the radio, okay? And we just wrapped it around this wealth manifestation journey. I truly believe that manifestation, the law of attraction, the law of assumption actually does work. I've experienced it. We're on day 3 of this, and, you know, my moderator / fiance just told me some great news to show and prove to me that it actually works, and she's going to talk about that tonight. With lives on TikTok, with lives on any place you have, that's why the first time in my life I needed a moderator, and thankfully she jumped in. Okay, is you find that you tend to bring all the elements sometimes that you don't want. So we made this a private chat where you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to be on camera if you're part of this. You have to be on camera because it's about supporting and uplifting each other. Okay, and we actually want people that's about making it happen. Not people that want to talk about the election, not people that want to talk about religion, not any of those people. We want people that are focused on the task set before us. And it has to be done through the subscription tiers. Okay, there's no way around it on TikTok. Okay, and Tiers range from $2.99 to $9.99. It's completely up to you. I don't care which tier you pick. You're going to need the book, Journey to Wealth, 30-Day Manifestation Masterclass, because that is the guidebook that we're using to get past these 30 days. We're only on day 3. Okay, so you can still join in. Just go ahead, get the book. You can actually put the title of the book, the link is below. You can get it from the church digital shop, and I thank you, support us. Use code manifestation, you'll save 50% off. Okay? Or, I'm not gatekeeping, you can go to Amazon, put in the title of the book. If you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you get it for free. If not, they have a 30-day trial. You only need it for 30 days. Go ahead and get it for free. But I want you to be a part of that. Another thing that we're doing with the subscription tiers is the Meditation Warriors. I truly believe in the unified field theory. Look it up if you don't understand, if this is something new to you. Look it up, where we actually meet once a week. We figure out the trajectory of our meditations and our prayers, where we're sending them out to, and then we get on a public live and we actually do our prayers, our manifestations, our meditations, to actually bring comfort to those that we are sending out our energy to, be it a person or a locale. Okay, that's what we're doing, because I believe there's great power within us, and the unified field theory acts basically based on the principle of their strength and unity. Another thing that we're doing here, and this is kind of a fun thing, is Mornings with Minister Robinson. I brought it back to the shorts. I had to figure out how to do it. It's been running along on TikTok since I started it though, but I figured out the way, and what we do is we do shout outs there. Okay, and all you have to do is use the Cash App, donate a cup of coffee, just put in the details where I'm sending the shout out to. I think today we actually shouted out somebody's birthday. Good feeling, good feeling. Feeds my coffee addiction, and it also allows you the opportunity to help us grow as Church of Real Talk. There are so many different things that we are doing to bring forth unity, to bring forth togetherness, to bring forth support, and most importantly, the ability, as Starseed's chosen ones and those that vibrate high, the ability, the capability to uplift others and at the same time be uplifted ourselves. I know it's the weekend. Well, it's not the weekend, but it's kind of the weekend because it's a holiday. And I know you guys want to get out there and enjoy it. I don't want you to think that I didn't do all the extra work that I needed to do because of that. I did that because I think I wanted to get to the meat and potatoes of this message, and I think I did such. Join us on TikTok for the after show at 9:30. The wealth manifestation thing will take place at 9 o'clock. I'm looking forward to you joining and becoming part of the family, becoming part of the tribe of those that vibrate higher. Hey, Church of Real Talk, Minister Robinson, you already know. Love you guys. Hey, do me a favor. For real, step outside your comfort zone every once in a while.